All right. Oopsie, I muted myself. I'm gonna quickly check into the stream and see if my audio is terrible because I messed with my settings. Hey, Simone. I hope you can't hear the stream double, but I think it's fine. Yeah, I messed with my mic yesterday because I thought it would be funny, and now I can't get it back to how it used to sound. But I hope it's fine. I feel like I might be a bit loud. Just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna turn it down a tiny bit so that I don't peak. Alright. We're back in the game. Price friend is here. And right, we had a bunch of pretty expensive cards come in, like this one. Hey Sky, welcome to the stream. I have to go full on broke with the channel points. Honestly, now that you mention it, the timing of Simone making that emoji couldn't be any better. That's really funny. I wanted to see if there was some kind of way I could like sell in the cash register, but I don't think that's possible. I think you can sell like individual. Oh yeah, I'm completely out of Destiny packs, which is unfortunate. But I'm doing good. It's been a not very exciting day at work today. God, nothing done. Because nothing is cooperating with me. I do actually have a really funny story from yesterday from work. I'm gonna have to be careful with what exactly I say, because I do work in cybersecurity and like, you know, NDAs and such are a big thing, but basically I work in a company as part of a team that does security scanning, like automated security scanning for other projects within that same company. Oh my god, that's a big buyer. That's what I do at work. And what happened yesterday, what I found really funny, is that a guy from one of the developer teams that we do security scanning for sent us an email saying, hey, I have too many notifications about security issues and I would like them to go away, please help. Basically complaining about the fact that he hasn't been taking care of his security things. To us, who are the people pointing out the security things to him. And I ended up going to my boss and asking her, like, did I, like, read this wrong? Did I misunderstand what this guy is saying? Because this seems insane. And she has had, I mean, not apparently, I know for a fact she's had some interesting experiences with that department before. So she just said like, oh yeah, he's basically just asking us to do his work for him. And then she was nice enough to take the work of formulating a response email upon herself. That was really funny. And I really struggled not to bring that up in like the daily discussion round because it was just insane. I would pay to see that response email. Yeah. I would show it if it wasn't company internal communications and would line me in company jail. So there's a lot of people just buying individual cards. And I'm extremely impressed with how quickly the 1,000 euro card sold. And what do you have for me? terrible ask price. I'm gonna give you like 75. 85. 90. Sure. That's exactly what it is, guy. That is such a bad deal. What do you mean? You want a graded 10 ghost card for one that's like 500 bucks less. Screw you. Do they just not want cybersecurity? Honestly, it kind of feels that way. The company I work for is rather large, and we have a lot of like internal accounting things going on, and it's kind of wild, but basically, different departments like commission each other, kind of, and they have to like pay each other within the company, which is wonky, but that's just how it is. And they recently cut their funding for security stuff, which is why our team actually had to downsize. And I was one of the few survivors of that personnel cut. Because apparently I do my job pretty well. No, God, you go do your job pretty well. So I don't have to fire you. It was pretty scary. We just got one email one day from our boss going like, hey, so, there's been some changes decided on the upper levels, and I would like to have you come in and talk about them. That's the email that we received. And it was pretty terrifying, and I was a bit concerned for quite a while until we had that meeting. But yeah, thankfully my boss is pretty well connected, and she managed to find positions in like different departments for most people from our team. So there was only one person who ended up being let go, as they put it in corporate speech. But to be fair, she also wasn't performing super well, so that's understandable. Oh yeah, she's probably the greatest I could have asked for in a boss. Very down-to-earth woman. Oh god, what kind of change is this? Jelly, you got such a nice boss. Maybe it's just an Austrian thing. Actually, no, it's not an Austrian thing. My mom's boss is ass. Ooh, ask price is good. I'm gonna go for 900. That was immediately accepted. That's crazy. I'll give you 150 for this. Oh, Simone could tell stories about her boss. Ex-boss, but she did her damage. That is very true. Why is Price Boy not pricing? She's trying to move on from it. She's like healing from a toxic relationship. definitely a good thing that they're an ex-boss. No, I don't want to sell this one. This one is fine. Alright. Thick. What do you have for me? Garbage. Don't care. I do want to check the status of my grading. I do have all of these coming in one day. And all of these in 11 days. I'm not a corporate job yet, but professors I worked with have been fairly nice. Honestly, I don't feel like I've had a proper corporate job yet because my experience has been wildly different from everyone else's. Also, this is an insane card. I'm gonna super lowball him. Never mind. We're fine. To be fair, I probably could have lowballed him even more. But yeah, my experience with my job has been very different from what most people talk about when they talk about corporate jobs. And I do genuinely think it's because the leadership at my specific location of the company is super down to earth. Because we have essentially what's a regional manager. It's responsible for everything that happens inside the building, basically. Not like a facility manager, but actually on an organizational level. And he's probably the second coolest boss after my direct superior. He's very big on mountain climbing. And every year, particularly around Christmas, I think, so I'm waiting for it to happen again, but every year he sends the entire team at our location a Christmas card, a self-made Christmas card with a photo that he took from one of his mountain hike travels, and I think that's really sweet. And he is also insanely physically fit. It is crazy. He's not the youngest, right? He's in his 50s. Something like that. But he does mountain climbing on levels that even the average, fairly sporty 20-30-year-old would be exhausted after. It's kind of insane. Don't you say AU, Simone. He's a mountain climber. It's what he does. Alright, I'm just gonna move on to the next day. I'm gonna have a sip. Day 69. Nice. A sip of energy. Let's see what cards we got. Oh, I see a 5. I saw a 5 there. He climbs something else, if you know what I mean. My god. Come on. He can climb me. It's not even just Simone at this point. Everyone in chat is thirsty for mountain climbers. My god. That's crazy. I need to stock up on... Oh god, I really need to stock up on red dice. Hello, friend. And blue dice, by the looks of it. My friend's present has arrived. Hell yes. I am very excited to see what you got me. It's a 220 card, that's crazy. Alright, tell us more about him. Is he married? I think so, actually. Wait. Ungraded, it's 90. Graded, it's... Why did I grade this? I'm not gonna entertain this thirst in my chat. Also, these are some crazy prices. Hey Dose, welcome to the stream. Oopsie. Good morning. Is it morning? I guess it's probably morning somewhere. In a lot of places, actually. 870 bucks. Thank you. Garbage. Alright. Also garbage. Honestly, sure. Barely, it's 9 minutes till afternoon. It is 12:51 here. It's great to have down to earth bosses. The professor once took us to do escape rooms. And then at this fancy Italian restaurant, I was able to chat to her and it was really insightful in many ways. I love it. I love it a lot when you can just like chat with professors or like teachers in general outside of the scope of like your classroom. Because those are always somehow the most insightful talks you'll ever have in your life with people, I feel like. At least they are for me. Also, no, Simone, I did not. Now I did. I gave him one too much and change, but that's fine. You have garbage, thank you. Their wisdom is unmatched. I'm trying to remember like those kinds of talks I had with my teachers, but I'm not gonna lie, I remember very little. about my school time now in retrospect. Garbage. Terrible ask price, I don't want to bother. Shut up. I just very fondly remember those few moments where I got to talk to professors like outside of a classroom. That is a terrible deal, what the hell? You know what? I'll take it, sure. That was a good deal. See, that's the kind of deals I need. I don't remember everything in detail, but some general concepts have stuck with me. Yeah, definitely. Can I get away with selling this for 4,000? Oh my god. Crazy buyer. We're making so much cash. About time, my god. And he's selling me a great card. Not such a great ask price, but I'm gonna start here for 3,200. 3,300. Sick. Do you think I'll be heading out? I love you too, Simone. You go have a good day. That is such a garbage ask price. If 400 upsets you to the point of leaving, then I don't want to do deal with you for that card. That's crazy. But yeah. What was I saying? One of our professors from our first year and is now retired, and we went to his Abschiedsvorlesung. We were able to talk to him a bit afterwards. It's a really cool long story that I can tell on Discord afterwards if you like. Hell yeah. Oh, this one ungraded. Ungraded would be worth more than the grade I have now. That's crazy. Garbage. But yeah, I was gonna say, what I remember particularly you know what, I'm gonna actually do this trade. Because this ungraded is worth more than my graded card. In college, we went to a school trip to Amsterdam. That is a good ass price. And one of the things we did there was like a specifically seafood-based restaurant, which I was already dreading. Because if you don't know, seafood is one of the few things. We did a ton of weed. No. College wouldn't let us. Would have been fun, but I have, in fact, never done weed before. But yeah, we went to seafood specific restaurants. And I do not enjoy seafood in the slightest. Terrible ass price, don't want to bother. So I was already dreading that day. And I kind of ended up just... Oh yeah, I can sell this one too, because this is a double. And I have a grade 10 one, and this is a grade 8 one. So I'm going to sell the grade 8 one. I was sitting in the restaurant looking at all the food in front of me. And I didn't eat a single thing. And it was like a buffet type thing. So you had to pay entry. And my professors felt so bad for me that they actually ended up covering the entry fee for me. Oh my god. What do you mean? 104. That is such a terrible deal. I'll go for it anyway. The seafood is blah. I did try it. I did try like a few bites of what my classmates had, and it was disgusting. I felt very validated in my disliking of seafood. But yeah, my professors felt so bad for me that they paid for my share of the entrance fee to the buffet. And that was really sweet. Making sure my air fresheners are up to date. Oh my gosh. Terrible ass price, but I'll give you 1,000. Sick. Bought for 1,000. Sold for 1,700. I feel every restaurant should have like emergency chicken nuggets and fries or something. Garbage deal. See, the thing is, chicken nuggets give me anxiety. And okay, that sounds stupid, but I've had chicken nuggets that weren't like, I guess, actual chicken nuggets. But I guess I don't really know what a chicken nugget really, what the definition of a chicken nugget is, but I, as a kid, ordered them once and there were bones in it. And that fucking terrified me. So, ever since then, I've been extremely cautious with eating anything chicken. And I don't think I've ever willingly ordered chicken nuggets. Because I'm so traumatized by the bones I got when I was a kid. So I wanna... Man, I don't have any unrated ghost cards, that's good. Oh, these are going to grading for sure. This one I can sell. Chicken nuggets are not supposed to have bones. See, that's what I thought. But as it turns out, you never know. You know what, I'm just gonna put these out and let Price Boy handle them when he's back tomorrow morning. Look at that profit. 7,000 in profit. That's a good day. And I can probably finally afford to restock some things. Like this singular plushie. I haven't been paying my bills, have I? Yeah. What else do I need to restock? I need to restock these guys. I need to restock the cuties. They're supposed to be made using deboned meat, then shredded. Anyway, then deep fried. I'm not gonna lie, finding bones in them might genuinely be like a legal case. I mean, if it is, probably like... Oh god, I don't know what the proper term is. But like, you know how legal cases like expire? It's probably a case of that. I know. So I'm just gonna take some time to... Statute of limitation, yeah. I think that's the right term. I'm sure you know what you're talking about. I trust. Five more of these. Alright, I'm just gonna do a quick check around, like the orange boxes are crazy low. Played all the Ace Attorney games. Sure, that makes me like a legal expert. Obviously it does. Hold on, I need to put some boxes in the bottom so it doesn't look too empty. These seem fine. Don't have any started. I do have 22 left in this. See if I can use this up fully. There's 4. Okay, I'm just gonna leave this out, because might as well. And I have water card sleeves. Also, I was considering putting the Ace Attorney games on the voting page. Or specifically like the trilogy. Because I love the Ace Attorney games. God. But as you can hear, my voice would probably not be too happy about the amount of reading I would have to do for those games. I'd be so down to watch you play the trilogy. I would need, like, friends to help me voice act. That's exactly what I was just about to go for. I would really need that. Okay, I'm gonna do some math. So that's 2, 3, 6. So if I buy just 1 box of these, I should be fine. I'm gonna do a big restocking today. To be fine with these, I can probably restock some greens. There we go. So I need yellow and green boxes and blue and red dice. Yellow and green. And blue and red dice. And I think 2 boxes of red dice because, yeah, these are basically out already. I'm seeing the discussion from before. I have a friend who just cannot look at ketchup. Looking at it or seeing other people eat it makes her physically sick to the point where she just has to look away. Sometimes the brain just do be like that. That is very true. Also, welcome Necro. Welcome to the stream. Oh god. I didn't realize that I had those enabled already. I do not have legendary destiny packs. I'm gonna refund you those points. And I'll disable the destiny pack redemptions that I don't have. There we go. I did add the destiny packs to the Twitch redemptions after last stream. But I added all of them. And I only have the common ones unlocked in the game. Oh my god, so many treats. Alright, I need Tetramon sleeves, Earth sleeves, Water sleeves, Top Loader, I think, is that. Tetramon sleeves, Earth sleeves, Water sleeves, and these I get somewhere different anyway. Then I need the cutie plushies and the mountain plushies. And I think I'm good. Big purchase. And we get a box of top loader sleeves. Top loaders? Are they sleeves? I don't know anything about these kinds of things. Very uneducated. Oh yeah, let me get the card packs for you. Just a common back. Very humble today. Let's go. $5 gold cards. 1231 EX. For a common, that's crazy. 377 gold. That's a 21 euro common pack. That's really good for a common. Unrelated to anything, but I'm super looking forward to Expedition 33. I'm very excited to play it. I've managed to dodge basically everything about the game. I had like 10-15 minutes of gameplay running in the background once while I was doing something else. That is all I've ever seen about the game, and I barely saw anything. So it's gonna be super blind. Going in with nothing. And I've only heard good things about the game. So I'm very excited for that. Community's really good about spoilers. Unspoiled is the best way to go into it. Hell yeah. I do usually try my best to stay unspoiled for any game that seems any kind of interesting to me. Yeah. Right. I think it's time to open the shop. I'm gonna be a troll and spoil things. There is an Expedition 33. But when's Expedition 34? Actually, that's the one thing I know that doesn't make sense. The only thing I remember is like the general plot of like what the numbers mean and like the naming of the expeditions. I do remember that. But From what I recall, that's like the very start of the game. Doing some lore exposure. So I don't think that's a spoiler. You know, I wonder. The basic premise was in the trailers. I didn't even watch the trailers. Literally just those 15 minutes. Oh my god. Big buyer, big spender. I thought it was a movie. Like, based on the trailer. Oh, it's a joke. Never mind. I remember watching the trailers over and over. There's very few games that have me feeling I never even restocked these. There's very few games that had me actively rewatch the trailer. The only game I can remember that I actually rewatched the trailer of multiple times, and this is gonna be so stupid because it's super not in character for me, but one of the very few games I was really excited about to the point of rewatching the trailer over and over was Battlefield Hardline. I was just so excited about... Screw you. About the idea of a police Battlefield game that I literally binged the entire story campaign as soon as like a playthrough was available on YouTube. And then I got the game for myself, and I like 100% of the campaign, and I had such a good time throughout the whole thing. And to this day, I couldn't even explain to you what about it made me so excited. But I just really enjoyed my time with that game. Yeah, like I said, it's very out of character for me. But I actually used to be into the Battlefield games when I was younger. I still am. Or at least I would be. But the modern anti-cheat has forced my hand to stay away from the latest Battlefield entries. Also, hey Ruby. Welcome to the stream. I scram not because I can, but because I'm in pain. I hope you're not in too much pain and you're gonna be okay. I'm sorry to hear you're in pain. Garbage deal. The only thing I am in right now is heat. Heat as in it is warm in my room. Probably should clarify that. Broke my ankle in the 5th in 5 spots. That sounds terrible. I'm so sorry. That is an insane deal. 1100. 1200. 1300. You know what? 1303.14. I'll give you your entire ass price. That's such a good ass price. Garbage. Yeah, how many? Hold on. I wish I had any comforting words to say, but I've never broken anything before, so I have no concept of how much that hurts. And did get some good stuff for the first day of it. It's the first day. It sounds a bit short-sighted. On behalf of whoever gave you the good stuff. What am I doing? I want to check my albums. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I mean the good stuff. 5, 6. Okay, I have 6 cards that I can grade. Ooh, that is a good ass price. There's strong pain medication and opioids. That's true. That's a garbage ass price. Alright, he didn't deserve the deal. I don't really know that much about medication now that I think about it. Oh my god. Super low ball first. Crazy deal. And so if I get a one more, I have another batch of readable cards. It's died down a lot since then, but it still hurts. I can imagine. Well, I hope my terrible business practices can distract you from the ankle pain. And do make sure to rest a lot. That does seem very important. I have no choice but rest. Not allowed to put any weight or load on it. Probably for the better. And here comes Price Boy. That's a good question. How long do broken bones need to heal in general? I mean, imagine it's different depending on what's broken, but I'm just realizing I'm so out of the loop on like broken bone injuries. Let's see the orthopedic doctor next week. I mean, it week's still pretty rough, but I imagine it could be worse. And for some silver lining. Yeah, I wish your ankle the best of luck on healing. And the pieces didn't move. Like the bone pieces, is that a thing? Bad deal. Oh god. Now you've put an image in my brain, and I really don't like it. I am so sorry you're going through that. Someone has acquired the Crimbus gift. Welcome back. Did you leave just to get my Christmas gift? Sorry, Crimbus gift? Yeah, and also get some Pepsi. Fair enough. Not a bad price. Sadly gonna leave again soon to have pizza. I don't think there's anything sad about leaving for pizza. Pizza's great. It's truly living the life. I love you too, Simone. Enjoy your pizza. How is everyone just now coming in to pay? That's insane. Ooh, that is a ghost card. I'll give you, start you off at 150. That was so upsetting. You just left. I didn't even check if I already had that ghost card. But it's fine either way. Probably wanna have to leave as well, so I have some work to do. That's fair. It is still pretty early. I only really get to stream this early because at my workplace, our Fridays are half days, so I only work till 12. But yeah, you have a good day, Sky. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. Alright, here's a stash of cards for me to open. These things are just not selling common cards for some reason. Box is not a minute. Damn. 4:30 a.m. early on my side. That's the awkwardness of the cats making it hard to sleep for more than an hour or two at the time. man, that sucks. Hey, Sophie. Welcome to the stream. What was I gonna buy? I was gonna buy rare and epic packs. Rare and epic and deodorant. And we'll get Sophie an epic pack as well. Oh yeah. I'm gonna need another pack of deodorant. I'll make my foot recover or else. My god. I don't know if threatening your body parts is gonna do you any good, but might as well try. Alright, I think we have ads. And I think Sophie might be in ads right now, so I'm gonna wait with the epic pack. I'm gonna open some rares in the meantime. I'm just gonna zoom through these. And that was a foil card. Was that a foil first edition? I think it might have been. Because that was pretty expensive. Thank. Alright, throw that box away. And just in time for the first customers. I know, Sophie, I'm sorry. I'm specifically holding off on... I mean, you probably can't hear me if you're in Agile, but... I'm specifically holding off of opening your pack while you're in Agile. I should restock these. Alright. You have more garbage. Is Agile over yet? Are we done with Agile? Or is that still going? It says 35 seconds for me, but I never know what exactly that number means. I should also invest in some more storage. It would do the deal if I had that card. Oh, heck. Hell yeah. Welcome back from Agile, Sophie. I waited with opening your pack until you were back. So I'm gonna grab an epic pack and just open it right here for you. Immediate gold edition for 742. 771 foil cards. 545 full cards. That's a pretty good pack, I would say. Oh my god, there's so many people waiting to be checked out. That was a pretty good pack, I dare say. 30 for you. All right, what do you have? Garbage. Cool. Thank you. Goodbye. I'm always baffled at the prices that I sell cards at. Like, oh my god. 12,931 market price. Graded 10, 60,000. And I don't have the card that she wants. So I can't accept this deal. That's insane though. I didn't have the graded card either. I thought that maybe it's a thing that, like, if they specifically want ungraded cards, your graded cards don't count. But I just don't have that card in general. This game reminds me of the stores I used to go to. Hell yeah. Simone did the channel emotes. She was in chat just earlier. She left Chef Pizza, but I think you might have her messages still in chat history. I tried to do the Twitch, like, artist attribution thing, because you can, in Twitch, configure which person, like which account made your individual emotes. And I set Simone for all of them, but I think she has to accept it somehow and just hasn't done that. But yeah. She's probably the artsiest person I know. Or one of the artsiest people, at least. I've been meaning to make my emotes for a bit, but I'm too lazy. That is very fair. Damn it. Do your job. Look at the cards. Make the prices right. Don't talk to me. I wish I had the motivation to actually learn to draw properly. Price is right, $1. I mean, for some of these cards, I'm gonna give you 15 for that. I just said $15 3 times, and at some point he was just fine. That's how you make a deal. But yeah, drawing. Oh god. The only unrealistic thing about this game is the lack of snacks being sold. Well, that's because Snack is standing behind the counter, obviously. Simple as that. Why do you think people are willing to make terrible deals with me? Best I can do is 53 cents of store credit and this ball of Link? Did you mean to say lint? Or did he actually mean the character from the Nintendo franchise? Aw. I was getting excited. about the concept of a ball of Link. That's the wrong plushies. That is such a garbage ass price. If you don't sell at 50, screw you. Also, I hope my audio is fine. I talked about it a bit at the start of the stream, but I imagine not everyone is here. I messed with my audio settings yesterday to mess with Simone while we were on voice chat, and I don't know if I managed to reset my settings to normal levels, so I hope everything sounds fine. Alright, that's garbage. That's garbage. I don't hear any differences, but I'm not good there. I mean, not hearing that's good enough for me. If it's not like obvious that I'm like peaking my mic or something. That's what I'm mostly worried about. I'm gonna need to restock some of these boxes, I think. Alright, did I pay my bills for yesterday? I did. That's crazy. Right, and I wanted to invest in some more storage. God, I still regret doing this the way I did it. You know what, I can probably live with a bit more rent to pay. To just expand that area. How much does this cost? Shop lot B. 1,500 for like one chunk here. Oh god. Okay, maybe I don't want to expand yet. I'll just try and make this work to the best of my ability. God, why did I get a second cash register when I didn't need it? Or you know what? I'm gonna get one room expansion for shop lot B. And first of all, I'm gonna move this somewhere. Doesn't matter where exactly. And I'm gonna move this into here. And then we're ready for this place to start doing things whenever. And have some more space here. I would actually do that trade if I had it, but I don't. And then I can use this as storage space. Even if that's not going to be very pretty. But I think I'll just have to. Can I move these just like out there casually. These go here. And these go here. Doesn't look super nice, but at least that way I should be able to buy a big warehouse shelf. And then I can put that in the corner there. And I have a bunch more space. And it's gonna be cool. A quick sip of energy drink. Alright, I'm gonna pay my bills first of all. I'm gonna load up the cards. And then stock up on boxes. I can probably actually just these. One box of these. And there we go. And I want to see, because I have a bit of money ready now. I can get legendary boxes, which is something I've been meaning to get for a while. And I can get destiny boxes as well. You know what? I'm gonna get the big legendary card box license, big destiny pack license, and big destiny box license. And then I can start buying some of these. I think I can fit in 4 of each of these then. And 2 of these. And we're almost broke. But that's why I paid my bills ahead of time, because otherwise I would be kinda screwed right now. But now we have legendary boxes for sale, which is great. And we have destiny boxes. And I have the storage to put them in. And it's all nice and cool. And I can finally fill up this last slot of storage. Oopsie. Down here for the normal Tetramon packs. Things are great right now. Even though I do think actually I could probably fill these up. And there we go. Then I have this box just for me to open. And then I can buy another box of these for storage. And now I just hope I don't get any really good card deals, because that would make me very upset. Because I don't have any money to spend on cards right now. $22 EX, very nice. That was a foil pack. Just casually. Alright, sorry. Sorry. Oh god, there's so many people in queue. Why does everyone pay with such huge bills? Being at 44 and change is kind of crazy. Alright. There we go. Sick. Few more Destiny packs to open. And that's that. Alright. Are we selling these? These are 100? That's fucking insane. That is such good profit. What are these? 81. That's 44 profit on those. And 62 profit on the legendary boxes. That's insane. Those things are gonna pay for themselves real fast. Garbage. Excuse me, sir. I was just inside you for a second. This guy bought like 17 individual cards. Crazy. Oh, it's garbage. If the values of the cards are so low, I don't even want to bother checking if it's like technically a good deal because the market price would be higher than the one he wants. It's just not worth the time. Nobody's buying these right now. Sorry. And there goes the first legendary box sale. Sick. Making some good money. Kind of bad ass price. 550 is what I'm gonna start you off at. 600. Alright, that's a passable deal. I'm sure Price Boy's gonna fix that. There he goes. Doing his Price Boy stuff. And it's immediately bought. For 920. Made 300 profit off of that card alone. And it's sold literally immediately. That's crazy. That is a terrible deal for me. need to restock white and black dice. I think I do. I forgot about those in my restock bonanza. Black and white dice. I swear I bought black and white. Oh, is that red and blue? Might have been red and blue. Black and white. There we go. Trading game cards, yes. My favorite game. And welcome to the stream, Schnuff. I hope you're doing good too. I'm doing fine. Slow day today. Didn't get much done at work. I'll give you 50. Might actually need to start accepting these lower price offers. I don't have that card. I'm sorry. I mean, by some people's definition, I do morning shifts every day. Because I start work at like 6:30 usually. But no, we just have half days on Friday. So I only work till 12. Six a.m. Fridays till Thursday night. Fair enough. No, I just prefer... technically we have like... I don't know what the English term is, but it's like flexible working times that I can pick myself, essentially. God, that was a terrible deal for me. And I just prefer starting earlier. For two reasons. First of all, it's always so chill. Do you have to communicate that? Or is it just I do my hours every week whenever? No, the only thing I do have to communicate is when I want to do home office. I have to log that in ahead of time. But aside from that, as long as I do enough hours within a month, I'm fine. And we do get like... we do have like time buffers. So if I work longer on one day, it like accumulates in the system and I can head out earlier on another day. Or I can just take an entire day off. But that I do also need to announce ahead of time if I'm gonna be missing for an entire day. It's a very neat system. I'm very happy that I can work that way. And it's really nice, especially because early in the morning there's very few people around usually. And it is insane how much more productive I am when there's less sounds just generally around. And just less people. Which is why I've been doing a lot of home office recently. At least partially. That's part of the reason. There's other reasons, but don't want to get too much into that. That is a good ask price. I'm gonna give you 500. Sick. And I'm gonna sell that immediately. The home office is much better for productivity, mostly. Definitely. I've managed to get a lot more done ever since home office became a regular thing. It's kind of crazy, but being able to just boot up my personal favorite playlist in the background with my own headphones, like the high quality headphones I have at home, and absolutely zero potential for distractions from other people, is such a boost to my productivity. It's crazy. And it's also much nicer for like doctor's appointments or just other things. I guess that's kind of in the back of my mind a lot right now because I've been visiting doctors a bit more this year for various reasons. Doesn't really matter too much, but it's been very nice to have the flexibility of just getting to say, hey, I'm gonna go to the doctor at whatever time, and I can just drive there from home, which is closer than my workplace, and I'll just check out and check back in later without anyone bothering me about it. Also, are we having a stinky problem? Yes, we are. How are these completely empty? That's crazy. How are these looking then? I thought I just refilled these, or at least this one. Alright. How's the grading looking? 7 more days. I'll get the next graded batch. Should I just hand in my expensive ones right now? Because I have like 7 that I could grade. Did I pay my bills? Yes, I did. I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna send in the 7 cards that I want to grade. And then we'll be fine. These are so fucking expensive, it's crazy. I don't have any like ghost cards, alright, no. I have graded cards that I can try regrading. I'm kind of curious if I can like regrade this 8. Might as well try. Alright. Profit negative 13,000. I am so good at business. It's insane. Just had another energy step to reward myself. Alright. Bells. How's the plushies looking? Selling kind of slow. Everything's selling kind of slow, I feel like, right now. I don't know what's up. Oh, I thought this guy was coming to me already. Just as I was grabbing my energy can again. Alright. I'm gonna need some more yapping material. I could talk about the thing, the voting website that I set up yesterday. As I posted it in the Discord, I made a little website. I repurposed like a customer feedback tool. It's usually meant for like companies to get feedback on their products and like bug fixes they should implement and stuff. I basically just took that and set it up on my server. It's like a game voting website. And it is crazy how many trials and tribulations I went through to get that thing working. I had an entirely different software in mind at first, and I tried installing it 2 separate times, and it just never wanted to work. For some reason that's still unknown to me. I have it posted in the news channel, and it's also in the channel description of the stream suggestions channel, which I'm just now realizing might not be visible to everyone by default, so I'm gonna quickly fix that. Default channels, stream suggestions. There we go. Alright. Stream suggestions should be visible by default channel now. I posted all the links there for the equivalents to the game poll that we did in the Discord. So you can vote for the same games on the new website, because that's what I'm going to be using long term. Garbage deal if I had that card. And it is still kind of wonky. It's kind of not exactly the fastest web service I've ever seen, which probably has like partially to do with the hardware that it's hosted on, but didn't really feel like spending a fortune on a proper server for what's essentially just kind of a bit of a gimmick. That would be a good deal, but I don't have the card. Also, Simone sent me something like ages ago. I'm gonna have to look at that later. It's a lot to read. Terrible ask price. I'm gonna start you off at 45. Gonna up you to 50. 52. Thick. Is that a graded card? That wasn't a gate. That was a Destiny card, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Where's Price Boy? Why is Price Boy not pricing the card that's unpriced? Oh, that's 350. 400. 450. Nice. Nice. Excuse me, sir. You're kind of in the way. Thank you. All right. But yeah, the website is kind of wonky. It just kind of works a little bit sometimes. It's the wrong type, but probably can refill these anyway. Exactly 6 left. It is kind of baffling to me how few, like, good open source feedback web services there are. Because, like, you'll find web services, like open source ones, for literally anything. But this particular use case had me searching far and wide. For usable software. And I only barely got this one to work. Because for some reason it really wants to use, like, email stuff. It wants you to, like, confirm your account with an email. And I just could not get the emails to send. Even though I have had other web services before hosted on the same server using the same email server to send emails. But for this specific thing, I just couldn't get it to work for whatever reason. So I had to use the login with Discord thing that I had to set up manually. I would have used the login with Twitch, because that would make the most sense. But as it turns out, this specific web service does not support one feature. For the more technically inclined, Twitch needs you to set a client ID as an HTTP header when you request API data. And the service really wants to fetch, like, the user data for username and email when you log in with Twitch. But it doesn't let you set that header. It doesn't have that functionality. So you can't make it communicate with Twitch, which means you can't make it use Twitch to log in. And it is open source, and I was really considering just adding that feature myself, However, it is for some ungodly reason made using Ruby, which I don't know why anyone would ever willingly choose to make anything in Ruby. It's still a mystery to me. Yeah, I don't know the language that the code's written in, so I cannot. Oh, hey, Ruby, right. Wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the programming language of Ruby. There's a programming language called Ruby, and contrary to you, the programming language of Ruby is terrible. And I don't like it. What do you think I chose the name from? I thought it was just like the gem. The ancient Ruby scriptures. I tried getting into Ruby when I messed around with like RPG Maker games for a while. Because like the older versions of RPG Maker use Ruby for custom plugins. And I mean, maybe there's something I just don't understand about it, but it's so unreadable to me. Like, I look at C# or Java or JavaScript, which are like wildly different languages, and despite being different, I can just read all of them, no problem. And I even could read them before I knew how to write them, right? And then I look at Ruby, and despite my now knowledge of many programming languages, nothing in Ruby makes sense to me. Just looking at it as an unknowing person. That's a bad trait because I don't trade ghost cards. Ruby is great stuff, as long as it's not Rails. That can do some sort of vague death in the wilderness. I don't know. I mean, the thing that I am using for my game voting thing now is Ruby on Rails. So probably not helping much either, but I've never seen Ruby code that made intuitive sense to me just reading it. And that's my main gripe with the language. Alright. I'm gonna end the day here. And Rails is if you took regular Ruby and replaced it all with a DSL. I have no idea what the difference is. I mean, I imagine like Ruby on Rails is more like a framework, I would imagine. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna Shut up. Or say something stupid. Just so many language extensions that it doesn't read like Ruby anymore. Fair enough. Tetramon cards, sleeves. Alright. I can restock some of the star plushies. You're so adorable. Alright. Some blue. Oh. That was an almost empty box of blues. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I have a personal bias against Ruby. I'm gonna be completely real. It's not something I can really hide. Just a fact of life. But yeah, I've tried reading into Ruby code bases just to do like small tweaks. And it's just, I don't know. Just doesn't work for me. Doesn't make sense to my brain. I'm sure it's fine once you actually learn it. I just don't want to. If a language doesn't seem at least kind of understandable to me when I read it, I don't want to learn it. That's my stance on things. Alright, I'm gonna order some of these. And I need basic, rare, and epic boxes. And I think that's it. It's expensive enough as it is. And then penny sleeves. Box of those. God, so much shit. I'm gonna open the store in the meantime. It's probably a bad choice right now, but I'm sure we'll be fine. But yeah, on the topic of programming languages, since we're talking about my enemies of programming, I also don't know why, but I used to really, well, I kind of know why. I used to really despise Python. And I never bothered to learn that one either. Until I had to make some stuff at the... not to make some stuff, but I had to take over a code base at work that was Python based. so I had to learn Python for that. And in retrospect, I see why I didn't like it, but it's still not my preference for anything. But I get why people use it in general, if they don't know anything else. And gripe I have with Python is speed. Optimizes other languages. Readability is great. I have to give it that. That's true. Also, Necro, I'm gonna get you your Common Destiny pack. Coming right up for Necro. That was the most average. Actually, not even average, so it's kind of bad. I'm sorry, Necro. Oopsie. Jesus, don't get 50. Change. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the Destiny packs in this game so far. I haven't gotten good pulls from those either. And I don't know why. Man. Can I already refill like an entire box of legendary boxes? That's kind of insane. Hold on. That's crazy. Legendary pack for Schneff. Let's see if that's got anything good. Garbage. A legendary pack. Let's see. First edition. 770 gold edition. And this is the legendary next one they've been talking about. I think. Yeah, no, it's definitely the next one. But the next one's the one. Watch. Okay, maybe that wasn't the one. I lied. Necro's willing to gamble though. Let's see what Necro's pack is. First edition, 761 foil. Also pretty average. But better than the common. 999, that's a crazy price. Ruby's gambling on the Destiny pack. Next one, I'm sure, obviously. It's always the next one. Fuck it, sure. Common Destiny pack for Ruby. It's all bad. I'm so sorry. I need to restock my fire sleeves. My god. I didn't even realize people weren't so crazy for the fire sleeves. I need to remember. Basic rule of gambling. It's always that next one. Yay, it's painkiller time. Aw. That's a garbage grade, but the card is still worth. A little bit of money, so we buy those. And we don't take those. Oh boy. That is a really good ask price as well. 1100. Oh my god. Did not expect him to just go for the 1100. That's kind of crazy. Also, what is this one? Oh, that's an already graded one, isn't it? Yeah, I bought this one. Destiny Full Art Legendary Foil. I'm just gonna sell this. 2,000. Sure, that's gonna be fine. Price Boy's gonna reprice it though. Into 2,000. Sick. It's garbage. All my cards are sold out. What is happening? My god. People have been busy. Price Boy is gonna have a fun time. Alright, massive queue already. And what do you have? Garbage. Love that. Terrific. Alright. Man. Get rid of this. Get rid of some of this. I haven't sold any very rare or epic boxes. That's also kind of crazy. And you have... Oh, this is actually interesting. I will give that guy 100. Is that a Destiny card? Yes, it was. And I'm reselling it for 200. Pretty good profit margin. And there we go. $3 back. Need to restock some of these plushies. That's an entire box gone. Sick. God, I really want to open some more packs. I feel like we haven't done good pack openings in a while. Might have to just take some money and invest it into pack openings. Or, you know, Ruby can just get a bunch of legendary packs. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna have to handle these guys first. Oh god, that is a garbage ask price. And that was just barely worth it. That's not worth it at all. Alright. 5 legendary packs for Ruby. Let's go. First pack, 454 silver, 761 foil. Not a bad start. Second pack, 382 silver, 228 first edition, $8 foil. That's a pretty good foil. Third pack, 878 foil first edition, 171 first edition, 676 foil, 1158 gold edition. Also really good. That single card is worth more than some packs. Fourth pack, I believe. 212 first edition, $4 silver, 970 gold, 228 first edition again. And final pack. Another first edition. And that's it. Not bad. Definitely not bad. I would argue slightly above average. And as we know, that's what we're about at the Ashley Paws channel. Better than a sharp stick to the eye. That's the feeling that I want my customers and viewers to go out of my streams with. That was better than a sharp stick to the eye. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to restock tomorrow. What's my grading doing? 5 days. God, it feels like it's taking forever to grade these. That's crazy. Alright, then restocking. Nanomite plushie. Fire sleeves. And is that it? I guess so. And I'm gonna get... I mean, fuck it, I might as well go all out. Buy a big box of each type of cards. And we're gonna open probably as the finale of this stream, because I don't want to stream for too long today. Got a few things that need taken care of. So this is probably gonna be the last day. We're gonna open all of these. Every single one. Also gonna pay my bills. And open the store. Probably order these by Verity. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. This is the first thing I'll be opening. First batch of commons. I'm gonna be going through these very quickly because we would be here forever if I just looked at every single one. That would take way too much time. Nothing really coming up so far, except for people in queue. And exploding boxes on the cash register, apparently. Sick. You have, ooh, 100, 120, 130. Sick. I'm just gonna put that up quickly. Gonna be 200. God, if only I had time to open card packs at the job. There's like actual people who want full art. Not bad. Far from what I would call a great pull, but could be significantly worse. And you have garbage. Sick. I'm just gonna do them in batches of 3, I think. But I'm not ever stuck on the screen for too long and letting people wait. There was a like $9 EX card in there, I saw that. Another one. That's swaggy. $99. I think I might have picked up more than I wanted to, but that's fine. One of these gotta have something good. Terrible ask price, but fucking 150. If you're not gonna sell for at least market price, I don't want to hear it. Alright, got a short wave of guys coming in. Hello? Oh, how about 50? I was immediately annoyed. Honestly, fair. 50 was really low for that. And then I'm feeling like I'm gonna be doing some more off-schedule streams this weekend. I've been thinking about that basically the entire week. And I think I'm actually gonna do it. I have no idea what I'm gonna stream. But one stream is probably gonna be Spirit Fair because that game is really growing on me. And that last scene from Spirit Fair earlier this week, on Wednesday it was, right? Yeah, Wednesday was Spirit Fair day. Sorry. That was so bad. I genuinely cried so much. I watched the scene with Gwen again afterwards, like my own VOD, and I cried a second time while I was watching it. It is so bad what that game does to my feelings in like the best way possible. Maybe not the best way possible, but it's not a bad way, let's just put it that way. And at the same time, it's got all those... all silver for 31, very nice. Still missing that one big pull that I usually get. These are all, like, alright. But nothing's really... cool in that collection. I'll give you 60. God damn. Did not expect him to take 60. And 15 for you. Thick. Alright. But yeah, resource management games. I don't know what it is about them, but I just love the collecting things type games. And seeing number go up. That's also what I usually do in Minecraft. Oh, that's a good price for a ghost card. Nice. Full art for 60. It's not bad. But could still be better. He Mivy, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing good. And congratulations on getting the first again. I feel like you might be the only person who's ever interacted with the first redeem. I don't know if that's true, but it feels like it. And a common destiny pack from Mivy. Let's get you that. There we go. Mivy's pack. 657 foil. Is not too bad. Very average for everything else. Yeah, that's what I just said. You're the only one interacting with the first redeem. But I appreciate you being here and using the things that I make for my Twitch chat. Alright, it is getting dark. Which means luck is increasing on the polls, as you saw. That's how that works. It's like inversely correlated. Let's order a bunch of packs randomly. Oh god. Are you just gonna... Yeah, you're gonna click just random things in no particular order and make it extremely hard for me. Oh, that was your pack. $7 for your common pack. I would have done it more ceremoniously, but it's very hard when you're just randomly clicking buttons. Garbage ass price. And Ruby's getting a common pack as well. I think I did already open all the packs from down here, yeah. You guys are getting... My god. Alright, one rare pack for Mivy. $4 gold. Pretty average. Epic pack for Mivy. 860 gold. Bunch of first editions. Not terrible. Oopsie. Didn't mean to pick that up. Common Destiny pack. 140 silver. What kind of garbage is that from that? A legendary pack. First editions. First edition. Pretty average. Epic pack. First edition. First edition. Lots of first edition for Mivy. Alright, and then we have one common pack for Ruby. $1 silver. And the first edition, and then 2 for Mivy again. And a bunch of first editions. And a 554 foil. And another common destiny pack for Mivy. And then we're done. That's a $15 EX card. That was actually pretty good. Alright. And then I'm gonna go on. Now that the store's closed, to open a bunch of wares and everything else that I bought specifically for opening. While I sip some energy drink. I don't know why, but I have Minecraft in my brain right now. I want to keep working on the Minecraft mod pack. I've been doing some work on it. But the whole thing with the create mod update has put quite a stopper on my mod pack progress. Because there is a bunch of like integrations for other mods and create that I really want to have, but none of those work with the latest version of create. So I keep having to wait for like updates, and they're just coming out very slowly, especially for fabric for some reason. Forge support for create mods is apparently a lot stronger, but I refuse to run my server on Forge. Because the difference in like hardware requirements and performance is pretty insane. More documentation and just generally full art, $76, nice. I feel like it's generally just a better structure. Also, I'm gonna have to reset my tracking for a second because my head was starting to tilt when I didn't have it tilted. In real life, I think it just gotta be desynced. Another full art. But yeah, fabric just is much smoother generally. I have been doing some compatibility work with other mods in the meantime. I added Cube.js to the mod pack. Ooh, we got a silver foil pack. That is pretty neat. It's at least gonna make up for the buying price of the box of cards. But yeah, I added Cube.js to the mod pack because it's super simple to write quick JavaScript things to like fix recipes and add like little compatibility tweaks without having to like set up a whole custom mod for it. And I've done some of that. It's like I added a mod that changes the fishing system a bit, and it adds a bunch of different fish. And I also wrote like a compatibility script for Qjs. And that just... Oh, this is an EX pack. That's crazy. I didn't even notice. And I wrote this Qjs script that adds compatibility between the modded fish and like the cooking mods, for example. So anything that just needs fish in general can take any of the modded fish as well. And just stuff like that. It's a lot of small tweaks. And it takes a surprising amount of time to really find all of those. Like all the places that need those tweaks. Making the mod pack is hard. But at least I got all the shader settings and like the visual settings out of the way already. And I got it to a point that I'm pretty happy with. I do hope that it's gonna work fine for other people with maybe less strong computer setups. That is one thing I'm worried about. But I do have like a list of settings that you can change specifically if your game is chugging. That are like the first things that you'd probably want to turn down the settings of. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm already curious how my performance is gonna be when I'm also streaming at the same time. Because I have no idea how much that is gonna impact my performance. I did try to record with OBS and like use that as a sort of benchmark, and it went fine. It didn't really impact performance at all. $92 full art is pretty neat. But I don't know if there's a difference between streaming and recording. I don't think there should be, at least not for like the graphics card, but what do I know? I know very little. But yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure. I really hope I didn't like jump into the whole Minecraft idea too quickly and like get people's hopes up. Because I'll be completely honest, I don't know if I'll get the mod pack done and playable with the server set up and everything like within this year. Mostly because in December I'm gonna take a break and at least for a few weeks not stream as regularly. Because Simone is gonna be coming over for Christmas and for most of December and over New Year's as well. And we'll be spending a bunch of time together, so probably not gonna be streaming too much in December. That is the ghost card. Is that the ghost card that I bought from another guy earlier? Hold on, I have to check that. Ghost card. That is the exact card I bought. That's crazy. But yeah. Is that a full art ghost? Aren't ghost cards always full art? Isn't that like their thing? I'm gonna check that once I'm done with this batch. Hold on. If I look at the graded cards, Yeah. Ghost cards are always full art. I'm pretty sure. At least I don't seem to have any that aren't full art. And yeah, I'm gonna grade both of them and then sell one. The one with the lower grade. And grade them all? What do you mean? What all? Like every card? The ghost and the real expensive one. Well, that's what I'm doing. We might just have different definitions of real expensive. But if you check my grading thing, you can see I am grading the real expensive ones. As you can see, these are real expensive. They're just cooking. And the definitions of expensive for me is 1,000 plus. That's expensive. Also, welcome Cacao, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing good. You came just right for a legendary pack because I bought a whole box of them and I'm gonna be opening all of them. And the first one is gonna be yours. Immediately, a foil card, silver, and a 1093 gold. That was a pretty good legendary pack. Also, maybe I'm not grading anything that's less than 1,000. That's the line I'm drawing. I have phases where I get so many 100+ cards that I would just be maxing out my my god, what's happening? Everyone's redeeming legendary packs. That's crazy. But yeah, I used to draw the line at 100 and I immediately filled up all my grading slots and I got like $20 extra per card for the rating, and that's just not worth it. So that's why I'm drawing the line at 1,000. Alright, let's see. Ruby's legendary pack. That was a first edition, another first edition. Lots of first editions around today. And then another one for Ruby. Exclusively normal cards. Another one for Ruby. $27 silver foil. Very nice. And a bunch of first and silver editions. Very cool pack. Another legendary for Ruby. First editions again. 1092 gold. 323 silver. God, how many treats did you spend on legendaries? My god. Foil card, very nice. 719 foil card is kind of crazy. Yet another one. I've already lost count. 4361 EX card. Really nice. A bunch of first and silver again. Pretty average. And then I see 2 more for Ruby. That was all normal cards again. And first edition, silver, silver. And there we go. That was still a really good haul, all in all. And then Cacao got an extra one. $7 foil, very nice. And maybe also wants in on the legendary action. 462 silver. 928 foil. First edition, silver edition. Also very nice. All very nice pulls. Very cool. And the immediate next one is a gold foil for 173. See, that's what we talk about when we talk about the next one. Oh, and Schniff. Schniff also wants the next pack. Let's see. Bunch normal cards to hide the special. First edition. That was a little underwhelming. Also, what is happening? Watch streak? Hell yeah. Oh, thank you, Cacao, for tuning in so often. I saw the streak feature around on Discord, on Twitch, and I didn't know what it was about, but I guess Cacao just found out. And in honor of that, let's open the legendary pack. There's the next one. Full art, 143. And a 4369 EX card. In one pack. That is insane. That's a crazy pack. Oh my god. Streak. Maybe he's on a 10 stream streak? What the hell? My god, maybe. Thank you for tuning in so often. I don't even know that you guys are so consistent in watching me. Thank you. Dose is on a 5 stream streak. Holy crap, guys. Is there any way I can contact Twitch lawyers? I think my next pack has been stolen. No, it's just this one. Watch. Okay, it's actually the next one. I mixed them up. Sorry, I get confused sometimes. See? $35 EX. This one isn't it. This is not the one. I mean, you're very welcome to get another one. If you'd like. I'll keep this pack just for you. If you want it. This singular one. Oh, Cacao swooped in. Let's see what it is. It was actually nothing. To be fair, Cacao had enough good pulls for a nothing pack to not hurt. And Dose is getting in on the action as well. Let's see what your welcoming pack looks like. First edition. Another first edition. Pretty average. But at least it's not all normal cards. Could be worse. God, we have so many more. I have like 43 more legendary packs to go through. We've been here for like half an hour. I'm gonna have to speed through some of these. That was a foil card and a gold card. 45 silver foil. That could have been someone's next pack. I feel like I'm at an auction. And I'm like that person in the front just going like, you know, like trying to rile people up to spend more money. But I'm just promoting gambling with trading card pulls. That's what this feels like. Remember, don't do this with real money. Only use your treats, your virtual treats in this Twitch chat. Man, I think I found Schniff's next pack. That's going to grading. You cannot buy treats / channel points with money as far as I know. Yeah, and I... Oh my god. There was another one. Yeah, I do want to make it a point that you cannot use real money to buy like these gambling things. I specifically only put the gambling thing in because it's essentially free currency that you get from just being here. And I very much don't want you to ever spend real money on anything that's gambling related. Just to make that clear. Alright, this is Cacao pack. Oh god, it's all normal cards. The luck is balancing out for Cacao. And this is Nivi's pack. Also all normal. Actually, no. 1178 gold, so it's not as bad. And here's the next one. That was also actual garbage. But yeah. I mean the mod that I have, what am I saying? This mod, it is public and I do want to make it so that other streamers can use it. But I do explicitly want to only allow like channel point redemptions and nothing like bit donations or whatever. Specifically because I feel really uncomfortable with the idea of involving real money with anything that's like gambling related. Or like, I guess, luck game base related. You know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. But I don't think this game is really popular enough in the streaming community anyway for many streamers to want to use it in the first place. But, you know, it's still out there. I also think we might have already used up all the card luck. Unless, let's see about Cacao's next pack. First edition, bunch of first edition. And a bunch of normal cards. More free gambling. Hell yeah. I think I'm running out of packs soon. There's like what I'm holding in hand right now, and then 3 more. So we're almost done. And that actually works out perfectly with the time, because then I'll be reaching the 3-hour mark on the stream. Another legendary pack for Cacao. I am so sorry. I just instinctively held down the button, but you got an EX card out of it, so you know, I guess I can't really complain. Cow's really going crazy with the EX cards today, and that's insane. That's a gold. Good gold. Very nice. And then the last three. A bunch of first editions. Dose is getting a last minute legendary. Let's see. First edition. A good gold edition. That's nice. And the last pack goes to Cacao. With a bunch of normal cards. A first edition. Just an average pack. Alright. Well. That is that. I'm gonna end the day here. And I think I'm gonna call it a stream here as well. It has been very fun once again. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I do wanna just quickly, again, even though I think everyone who's here is already in the Discord, my Discord button isn't working. Usually I send a message in chat about the link to the Discord server, but you can check the like down in the panels under the stream. There's also a Discord link there, a little button you can push. And for everyone who's already in the Discord and might have missed it, in the news channel I posted, oh yeah, I should absolutely make that a command, shouldn't I? I'll just set that up real quick. Might as well. But to anyone who might have missed it, there is a post in the news channel, and there's a new stream suggestions channel that I've repurposed. That's like in the channel description for that. You can check out a link to a website, vote.ashleypaws.dev, and over there I have a new little system where you can suggest and vote for new games to play for me to play on stream. I don't know if that explanation made any sense, but just make sure to check out that news post that I posted in Discord. There's a link in there too. And when you go to the website, make sure to use the login with Discord option, because that's the only thing that works right now, because it's a bit of a pain and it's terrible and wonky, but it does the job. Activate command. Alright, let's see if that works. Discord. There it is. That's the Discord invite link. And I'm just gonna add another little command. It is a permanent link, don't worry. And this one. That gets you to the website where you can vote for games for me to play on stream. I should probably add a link to that into my, like, account panels as well. But yeah. I think I've reminded everyone of everything that's relevant. Thank you for tuning into the stream and being here. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you in another stream very soon. Likely tomorrow or on Sunday. I'm definitely gonna stream this weekend, so I'll see you guys then. Until then, bye-bye.